Hello, I'm Shukran Nakati, a technical marketing engineer here at Infoblox. This video will walk you through the Infoblox app for Microsoft Sentinel. Today's security landscape is complex and ever evolving. Cyber criminals are increasingly targeting DNS infrastructure to launch sophisticated attacks, such as phishing campaigns, malware distribution, and data exfiltration. The average cost of a data breach reached an all-time high of 4.45 million US dollars in 2023. It took organizations 204 days to identify a breach and an average of 73 days to contain it. Phishing or stolen credentials were the two most common initial attack vectors. Following a data breach, 51% of organizations indicated additional investment in security. Although security AI and automation tools were used by majority of the organizations, only some of them extensively used them, resulting in reduced time to identify and contain breaches than those with no use. Respondents that did not use threat intelligence took 5.7% or 12 days longer than global average to identify breaches. Infoblox ecosystem is a set of integrations that unifies your networking and security ecosystem. Whether you are using public private clouds, ITSM, SIEM, SOAR, or any other security tools, Infoblox ensures seamless integration to bolster your hybrid and multi-cloud environments. You can explore our extensive range of pre-built certified integrations on Infoblox ecosystem portal available at ecosystem.infoblox.com and unlock the full potential of your network and security solutions. Infoblox, the DNS infrastructure and security leader, and Microsoft Sentinel, a leading SIEM and SOAR, offer easy integration that enhance the capabilities of each solution and elevate overall SecOps efficiency. Infoblox integrates seamlessly into Microsoft Sentinel to accelerate threat correlation and hunting, helping to reduce incident response time by two-thirds. Users can send data to Microsoft Sentinel to be enriched, visualized, prioritized, and examined. Security analysts can then analyze the information and respond to events more efficiently while cross-correlating threat events with other security logs across Microsoft. Let's see how the integration looks in a live environment. The instance that we are going to see is already configured. If you need help with the configuration, there's a link to the deployment guide in the video description. Once you have configured Microsoft Sentinel and set up your analytic queries, you will start seeing incidents generated from related alerts. Incidents are available here. You can take various actions such as assigning ownership, adding tags, and run playbooks on the available incidents. Here's an example of how you can run a playbook on an incident. Here in the incident action button, you can click on run playbook and it will reveal a list of playbooks that you can run for this incident. Clicking on run will trigger the playbook and you will get a notification at the top. Once the playbook is successfully executed, you will see a notification that says playbook was triggered successfully. To check the output, we'll go back to the incident, click on this refresh button here to update the incident, and then scroll down to look for these comments. So here, if you click on this total number, you will see the comment that was created from the playbook that we ran. Here is the output for the playbook that we ran, and it was added as a comment into this. Similarly, you can run other required playbooks on this incident and get the required data from Infoblox. Next, let's move on to Workbook and explore their capabilities. As part of this app, we have two workbooks that you can use, the Infoblox Lookup Workbook and the Infoblox Workbook. Let's start with the Infoblox Workbook. This workbook has multiple dashboards with data related to SOC insights, DNS, DHCP, and others. This dashboard has data related to SOC insights. Here you can see the insight types, priority, threat families, threat classes, and a list of all the SOC insights that have been imported from Infoblox. Clicking on this Run Playbook will trigger the Infoblox SOC Get Insight Details playbook, and it will get you more details about that insight. Once the playbook is triggered and you have data for this insight, you can click on it to reveal more details about it. If you scroll down on the same page, you should be able to see the summary for this insight, which has some metrics and some bar charts that represent the top compromised assets, top indicators, events. Also, you can see the assets linked to it by clicking on assets, the indicators linked to it, and the events and comments if you click on the respective tabs over here. Next, we have the config insights. This has the config insights details from Infoblox. So you can click on this get config insight details that will trigger the playbook to get config insights. And once the playbook is triggered successfully, you can click on the config insights, which will reveal a table that will have the config insight details with the recommended actions for a policy or rule. Next up is the block DNS. This has all the RPZ data from Infoblox. Here you can see the top 10 compromised users, top 10 blocked domains, top 10 feeds by filters, top 10 compromised assets, and a list of all the blocked DNS requests. Clicking on top 10 compromised assets will give you an overall asset details for that particular host. Next, we have the DNS dashboard. This has all the DNS data from Infoblox. Here you can see the most requested FQDNs, DNS requests count by users, response type, query types, and overall query per hour with a list of all the DNS requests that have been there from Infoblox. For all the drill downable dashboards, you will have this notification at the bottom of the dashboard. So in this case, if you click on the pie chart, it will reveal the no error DNS requests with a list of top 20 devices which got a no error DNS request. Similarly, if you click a user from DNS request count by users, you will see the overall requests made by that user with the top 10 requested domains by that user. Next, we have the DHCP dashboard. This has data related to the DHCP information from Infoblox. Here you can see the number of released DHCP leases, the number of updated DHCP leases, the number of unique IPs that were given out, a line chart for DHCP leases over time, DHCP activity summary, top 10 MAC addresses that requested an IP, top 10 sources that requested an IP, and a list of all the DHCP lease activity. Here you can drill down these dashboards, and if you just want to see all the DHCP lease history for updates, you can click on update and it will give you a DHCP lease activity for all updates. Next, we have the service log. This dashboard will have the service log related data from Infoblox. Next, we have the audit log dashboard. This dashboard has the audit log related data from Infoblox. Here you can see the type of actions at the top and a list of all the audit logs at the bottom. If you want to see the top 10 users for any action or audit logs for a particular action, you can click on that and it will give you the top 10 users who performed that action and the audit logs for that particular action from Infoblox. Next, we have the Threat Intelligence Dashboard. This dashboard has a list of indicators that have been imported into Sentinel. Here you can see how many indicators were imported, by what type and the provider, and also the list of active indicators by type and provider. Next, we have the Infoblox Lookup Workbook. This workbook helps with tied and dossier lookups. You can either do a lookup for any indicator or do a lookup for an indicator available in an incident. The tied lookup part helps us to do a tied lookup for any indicators. On this page, we just need to set the type, put in the target, and then click on Get Tied Data. Once we click on Get Tied Data and the post is successful, you can refresh the below page to see the tied data from Infoblox. Similarly, you can do a tied lookup for an IOC in an incident. Here, you can click on this Get Tied Data option. And once the request is successful, you can click on the incident and it will give you the tied data related to that particular IOC. Similarly, you can do a dossier lookup for an incident. So you just need to put in the type and the value in here. And you will see this Get Dossier Data option. It will trigger a Azure function. Once the function is triggered, you will see this option where it says refresh to check availability. So you just need to refresh up here, and once you see this, click here to view data, click on it, and you will be able to see the dossier data from Infoblox. You can do a similar thing on an IOC that's available in an incident by clicking on this Get Dossier Data. Apart from this, you will be able to see a list of all the imported threat indicators under this Threat Intelligence tab in Sentinel. Thank you for your time viewing this video. All documentation regarding FloxOne is located on the Infoblox documentation website located at docs.infoblox.com. If you have any other concerns, questions, or comments, you can reach out to the Infoblox experts on the Infoblox community website located at community.infoblox.com.